All right, I want to continue talking about leading great team meetings. This is the second video. If you have not watched the first one, I would encourage you to go back and do that. I'm giving you my 4-step plan to lead a great team meeting, and I'm telling you, this is going to make your meeting times way more productive with your team, and it's going to elevate your credibility on the team. They're really going to appreciate you leveling up in doing team meetings better. And so here's my 4-step plan. The first one we talked about last time is the dilemma. You got to bring issues to the meeting that are unresolved. Maybe it's a opportunity that you're unsure you should capitalize on. It's a decision you need to make. It's a breakdown that needs to be solved. It's an event that needs to be planned. But you got to bring something to the table. And then we're going to, step 2 is the debate. We'll talk about this today. And then step 3 is you finally make a decision, which leads you to step 4. That's the direction. And so I want to talk to you about the debate. Once you bring an issue to the table, you want to have a lively, productive conflict discussion. And listen, productive conflict leads to better decisions. And I know that some of you are like conflict averse and don't like the idea of having a debate or a conflict on the team, but you miss out on some really important realities that I think will benefit your leadership. If you will just allow a little bit of debate on the team, I think you're going to like it. It's going to do a lot of things for you. One of the things it's going to do is it's going to allow you to see your dilemmas from all sides, because you're inviting other people's opinions into the discussion and into the debate. And you're going to begin to see the issues more clearly. And that's why you're going to make better decisions. The second thing it's going to do is it's going to elevate the thinking on your team. Meaning, as you invite your team to think and to debate, their leadership thinking is going to rise, and you're going to be developing them merely by inviting their opinion into the discussion. And then the third comes when you make a decision. When you've invited their input, they're going to buy into the decision in a much deeper way. I guarantee you, if you do not do this, then when you make a decision and just send an email or however you do it, you're not getting the buy-in that you want and that you need for your team to go where you want it to go. But when you invite, like reasonable people, they don't need everything to be their way, but they do want to have their voice heard. And when you have a team meeting, you bring a dilemma and then you talk about it and allow them to debate on the issue, then you're doing just that. And they're going to buy into your decisions even more than they do now. And so on your next team meeting, I'd encourage you to bring some dilemmas to the table and then merely do this to invite the debate. Just say, okay, here's the issue. What do you guys think we should do about it? And then you sit back and let them talk. And I guarantee you, if no one says anything, that 2 to 3 seconds of silence is going to feel like an eternity, and somebody's going to say something. And when they do not make an assessment, just thank them. And ask them, well, what do you think about what this person just said? Because you don't want them all talking to you. You want them talking to each other. And so that's how you invite debate. And by the way, productive conflict is focused on the issues and making a great decision. And your job as the leader is to keep the discussion productive. It gets unproductive when it gets personal or when it gets off the issues onto side issues. So your job is to keep the flow of the debate going in the right direction. And you'll know when the debate is kind of reaching the end, because you're not going to hear any new information. Nobody has any new thoughts. It's just going to be the same thoughts over and over again. And that's when you know you're done with step 2. Now listen, you may not be ready to make a decision, but it is time perhaps to end the meeting. And if you need to end the meeting and you're still in the debate phase, I would encourage you to say that you've not made, hey, listen, thank you so much for the discussion. This has been really helpful. You're helping me think. By the way, we have not made a decision. I'm still thinking. And that's very important, because sometimes people get confused. They think that the debate, somehow we made a decision with whatever was said last. But your job is to keep the debate going. And when the debate is kind of wrapping to an end because there's no new information, your job is to either end the meeting because you're not ready to make a decision, or jump into step 3, make the decision, which we'll talk about in the next video. Thanks so much for your time today.